Hello, hello, and welcome to the 10th episode. That's right, the 10th episode of Naughty Lines, a show where lines are drawn below the belt and sometimes above the belly. I'm here with a very special guest, and like I said before, I know that I say that about everyone, but that's because everyone is special. Everyone, no matter who you are. So I'm here with a very special guest, Keiko.
Hello.
Yes, Keiko is a NSFW artist on Twitter, a very good friend of mine, and a very good friend of a lot of you that might be watching, in all honesty. And this is an exclusive interview because, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first time that me and a lot of our friends, this is the first time that they're gonna hear her speak.
Well,
So this is an
yeah,
exclusive. So with that being
it's
said, Keiko, thank you for being on the show. It's great to have you.
it's all my pleasure, Tony.
Mm-hmm. And so so real quick, just so we can have the right knowledge, uh, Keiko, if you hadn't noticed by the name already, I believe it's Japanese, correct?
Oh, well, it sure is.
Yeah, Japanese. So it's awesome. It's like it's like maybe 6 in the morning over there in the land of the rising
It's
sun.
exactly so.
It's like what time?
It's like
8?
six, six.
Oh, 6. Hey, I got it right. Hey. So, yeah. With that being said, we are going to get right into the questions. Are you ready, Keiko?
Haha, no.
No, I don't think anyone's ever ready to be asked a bunch of questions. Um, so I will be asking you some routine questions. Just questions I ask like all of my guests, and if there's any questions later on, there will be questions like specifically towards you about your content. So I'm not gonna ask anything too personal, and if you ever get uncomfortable with the things that I ask, then just let me know, and I will promptly back off.
Well,
So
that's
that
very
being
good.
said, let's get into it. So, Keiko, what started you on art? What got you started on the art that you draw today? Hey guys, editor Tony here. Sorry to put this out there, but for Keiko's first question, we had a bit of technical difficulties with their mic, and I was a big stupid dummy head for not actually re-recording that session, like that little question. So basically, I gave a little bit of a summary after this input, but I just thought I'd let you guys know that's why it seems like it's a bit cut. So yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
Bye.
All right, so you basically started with watching Totoro with your grandma, and just seeing that kind of inspired you to start drawing uh, at a fairly young age. Like how old did you say that you were?
Uh, maybe tree.
3? Okay. Dang, that's whew. It's really young. That's awesome. All
Yeah,
right.
pretty much set my life.
Nice. Okay. And so that got you to start drawing, but that got you to start drawing art, just drawing in general. What got you to start drawing all the dicks and titty that you draw today? Yeah.
It's a little bit. Hmm.
a,
Well,
l- a little straightforward, but I mean,
a,
he.
a little hot under the collar. Well, it's not really an interesting story as well. It's just me going like, "Hey, it would be kind of funny if I made this, and I made it, and it kind of grew,
Mm-hmm.
and now I don't know what to do with it.
Oh, so it's kind of a thing that it's kind of a thing that you did on a like kind of a joke way, and then it just started growing and growing. You're like, wait, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah,
why are you
I was
people
like,
looking
oh,
at
this
this?
would be a really funny idea,
Huh.
and then it's not as funny anymore.
It's not as funny anymore. Do you not enjoy drawing as much NSFW as you do SFW?
I mean, it's fun,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also not fun when you're asked to do things you don't really want to do.
Oh, so that would
Not
actually get
like
in.
uncomfortable, more like you have to work really
Mm-hmm.
hard to understand it,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't want to do it.
Okay, I see what you mean. So, that would actually tie into another question I had. You, I mean, technically, you do take commissions. You take commissions, correct?
Yeah, I
Every
think
now,
so.
every now and again and such.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, when you say like people ask you to do some things that you don't want to do or aren't comfortable with, those kind of things, or is that like kind of in direct, kind of in like direct accordance with some commissions that you get? Like, do you get commissions that make you feel rather uncomfortable at any point? And you just say like, no, I don't want to do that, that kind of thing.
Not to that point.
Mhm.
It's more like, I don't. I mean, I guess I could, but I don't want to do it.
Mhm.
It's never gotten to the point where it's like, oh no, that's kind of not good.
Hmm. Okay. And so just so I can get a better understanding of it, could like, cause I understand what you're saying, but when it comes to like things that you don't want to do, it's just like people asking you to do things because of the art that you draw. Like, it's just things you don't want to do in that certain situation.
Uh, it's more like I do things because I want to do it, but when someone asks me to do it,
Ah.
I just don't feel like doing it.
Oh, okay. I completely get what you're saying. Okay, I get it. It's basically it's kind of like whenever you're laying in bed and you think, you know what, I'm gonna wash the dishes because I want to, and then you get up to go do them, and your mom or your dad is like, hey, don't forget to do the dishes. Like, now that you've told me to do it, now I
No, I
don't
don't
want to
want
do
to
it.
do it.
Okay, I completely understand now. It's yeah, it's definitely because it's just like with, and it's not always the case with this show, but but sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, you know what, I should find someone to get to record the next episode with. I need to talk to some people, and then when my friends say, yeah, you really should go do that, it does happen. I'm like, nah, now I don't wanna, just 'cause you told me to.
Well, fine, I won't now. I don't want to do it.
Okay.
It's
So
a really dumb thing.
yeah, it is. Like it's just, I guess it's reverse psychology, but it's reverse psychology because you're wanting
I
to
also
do it
think
and then
it's
someone
like
tells you to do it.
I think it's like the whole being an individual.
Mhm.
So you're like, oh, it's my choice. I'll do whatever I want. And when someone makes it their choice, in your head, it's like, oh, well, it's not my decision now.
So I didn't make this decision, so therefore I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So the next question for you would be, we've gotten to uh like when you started doing what you're doing. Now the question is, why do you do like what you do? Why do you do art nowadays? Is it just a hobby, or or was it a hobby kind of turned into
Uh,
something else?
well, it was it was like it was like a very long passion project. It was like I want to do this. I want to make something from it.
Okay.
It's hard to think about because I don't really know why I do this. It's like, well, I want to make something from it, and I'm just hoping one day that I'll make something I really like.
I mean, you've definitely made something out of it. I mean, like considering your following, like, cause I have your Twitter up right now. 8,000. You're close. You're getting close to 10K,
Oh,
and
wow, that's insane.
like you're getting there. Like you've done something with it, and it's like I love to hear that like these things started out as just a hobby, and then it turns into something bigger, and the people don't like drop it, because I've heard a lot of situations where the person didn't want the hobby to go anywhere farther than a hobby, and that's understandable. But
Yeah,
I do love when people actually embrace what was once a hobby and want to make it into something bigger and something that they can be proud of.
that it's kind of like the discovery of penicillin. It's
Mhm.
like this guy leaves this bacteria in a petri dish. He leaves it for a bit, like he goes away for a week. A couple of days later, he's like, "Oh shit, what is this?" He looked at it. It's like, "Oh, this thing is kind of killing the bacteria." So it's like, "Oh,
Neat.
maybe I should utilize this and help others." Oh,
Mhm.
Jesus,
Everything all right?
it's my dog.
Ah. Okay. So another question would be, and obviously a lot of these questions could just be asked because you do have a curious cat, which I will be linking in the description below for all of you who want to go ask Keiko your own questions. Um,
Questions.
yeah, that's what I was gonna get to.
Mm-hmm.
With what you draw, being mainly NSFW, especially since your name online is KeikoNSFW.
Uh,
Um,
a very lazy choice.
y- nah, not lazy. It's simple.
If I knew better, I would have taught us something funny.
Ah, it's fine. So, what do you say to so being a so being a person being a person on the internet that does draw NSFW, everything like that, you're bound to get, like, let's say, thirsty people in either your
Uh,
DMs or your curious cat, those kind of things. Uh,
uh-huh.
how do you deal with that?
Uh, Either I don't care,
Mhm.
I ignore them, or I'll just be friends with them, I guess.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Cuz I know that there's a lot of people who are uncomfortable with the fact that there's so many people wanting to go after them.
Oh yeah, that that would make them very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a funny concept to me.
Okay. Have you ever gotten any commissions that you ever like that you just truly didn't want to, like, I guess it was so weird, or the person was so difficult that you didn't want to deal with them anymore? Like, have you had any of those before?
Not, no, not really. I'm just lazy.
You- I mean, I think we can all like relate to that. There's been plenty of times where, and don't all of you out there watching this episode, don't flame me for this, but there have been times where I want to record an episode of Naughty Lines, but I just don't.
Whoa,
'Cause
hold
I'm
on.
lazy.
Procrastination in this society, this working society, I do not allow this anymore.
Oh man, I know. I know. I
I'm
can't
being,
help it.
you're hurting our economic system.
Throw me to the dogs.
Exactly.
Uh, um okay. So, with what you do, with what you draw on Twitter and such, because I notice that's your only form of social media, or at least that I can find, uh, is
Yeah.
is Twitter. Um,
Yes, that's what I choose.
you
Definitely.
do you want, like you said that you it just that this whole thing grew into something bigger. Would you want this kind of thing, like your art? Do you want this to turn into a career one day, or would you rather it stay a hobby that you do when you
Like
want?
specifically this?
Yeah, like you like would you want this to turn into something like if you draw this stuff, you will get paid and you will be able to live comfortably?
Well, not entirely this. More
Mhm.
like, because I want to be an animator and work on shows and make a show.
Mhm.
So I prefer this side to be a hobby.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause that does coincide with what you said about the whole like you don't want to do it unless you want to do it. Like so if it's a job, like 'cause a job you have to do the tasks in order to get the job
Oh
done
yeah,
and get paid. So
yeah,
it's
of course
kind of the
that's
same mentality. Like,
yeah,
oh, people are, if I don't do this, then I don't get paid and all that, but I don't want to, so now it's making me not want to do it even more.
yeah.
Okay. Um, hmm. Let's see. What else?
Bella, sit. Good girl.
What would be one thing that you would want to well, you said you wanted to be an animator. So
Mm.
what kind of animations are you wanting to do? Are you wanting to do like kid shows or independent films or anything like that?
Well, I hate the term kid shows because it would mean that it's targeted at kids, and I don't want to make a show that's solely for an age demographic. I mean, age.
Right.
I guess maybe certain people wouldn't understand it, but like I would like it to be for everybody.
Oh, okay. So something that like a whole bunch of friends or a whole family could just like sit down and they would all get it
And,
or
yeah,
things like
they
that.
would understand it. Like it's
Okay.
not dumbed down for a child to understand.
Okay. Uh what's your favorite kind of genre when it comes to animation? Being as you want to be an animator, is there a certain genre that you enjoy most out of the others? Like I guess and I guess this isn't really a genre, more of a
Uh,
I was going to say anime, but I don't think that's a genre.
it's an art medium.
Yeah, art medium. So like uh is there any that you enjoy more than others?
Uh, I like dramatic comedies. I like a
Ooh.
little bit of drama and some funny.
I mean, who doesn't like drama?
Yeah, it's how our lives are.
Hmm. Okay. And
But
what else? What else? What else? So you're wanting to be an
sit.
animator and you're wanting to make animations that can be catered not to one specific age demographic but to all people, something that everyone can
Hopefully,
enjoy.
yeah.
I think that's great, honestly.
Thank
Uh,
you.
is there a specific like place you want to go to have that done? Like, is there a specific studio or any
Well,
kind of thing?
not. I was hoping that I would make it to North America, like Canada or
Mm-hmm.
America, to get this made because well, that's kind of where everything is.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. And it is rather not rather, but it's very difficult just to be able to get to North America. I'm not entirely sure on it because I've never been on that side of the spectrum, but I can imagine that it would be fairly
Yeah,
difficult to get
it's
over
hard.
here.
I looked into it and it's pretty hard.
Hmm. Okay. So if you could, you would move to North America to uh follow your passion and seeing about getting into these studios, correct?
Yeah, that's my only reason.
Okay. Oh, you don't you don't want to be in America for any other reason?
I mean, friends, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
uh,
I've always wanted to live in Japan, but
well,
it's probably not gonna happen.
it's not all fun and games in Japan.
Oh, I know. It's not fun. It's not all fun and games anywhere. Oh, that's
Yeah,
for
exactly.
sure.
It's just yeah,
It's just very crowded.
a lot of things, man.
Okay. Um. So another question for you would be, what is your dream project? What's a project that you dream of either getting started or getting done?
Uh, a show. That's my dream. That's my end goal, baby. That's my dream.
Okay. Just say
That's all
get
I
just
ever.
getting a show out there.
Yeah, man. Ah,
Okay.
like a
Uh
show with people and
a show with people.
people. I guess I don't know.
A show with people. A
I don't know.
show with people in a
like
place.
people working on it, but not just me.
Oh, you want a animation studio.
Yeah, something like that.
Like you want to run your own studio?
Not just. I want to lead a team and work on something.
Oh, you want to be a so you want to be a lead animator for an animation studio.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. If there were three artists that and I understand comparisons are not really that good to do, but
Uh huh.
just for the sake of argument, um would you be able to name three artists that you would like to compare yourself to, either now or one day?
Hippie or Spooky on Twitter.
Mhm.
Not sure if you know her. Blue Hands and I'm trying to think. I'm trying to rack my brain for a second. Wow, that's a good question. That's so good. I can't think of anything. Give me a second. And uh, fuck, I can't. Blue Breed, I guess.
Oh, Blue Breed?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like his work. I know. Also, Secret Narcissist. Can I put Blue Breed out?
Mhm. Yeah, go ahead.
Secret Narcissist.
Secret narcissist.
Senior Senior Prelo's girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ow. God. Well, stop it.
Hmm. Okay, so if you were to give like some advice to any aspiring artists out there that are either wanting to get started or have started but is losing motivation, because obviously like there's been those times where even if it's not art, there's just times where you're sitting
Yeah.
there and you're like, ah, nothing's coming of this certain thing, so why even why even like keep going with this certain project or anything? Is there any advice that you would have to people who are thinking that way?
Um. no, the greater the fall, the higher you rise, which just means the more you fail, in your words, you'll slowly learn from that, and you'll improve, 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 and the end result will be much better than you expected.
Okay. That's actually really
Also,
good advice.
just a steal from someone. I don't know.
Steal just steal from someone, people. If what you're if
Yeah, but
what you're doing isn't
that's what
working,
every
steal from
artist
someone.
does. Yeah, that's what artists do. You steal from each other. It's a mutual stealing.
Mutual stealing. That is a funny way of looking at it. In all honesty, that's great. Okay.
It's like I take something from you, you take something from me. Now we're happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. So, let's see. We still have about 15, 20 minutes to fill. Still have a couple of questions that I can ask.
Yeah, really
Uh,
stretching that 10-minute mark, Tony.
it's more like 45, okay?
Yeah, really stretching that 10-minute mark.
um. So okay. So here's a question that has been asked by multiple people because there's a lot of people out there who don't think that art is a real like career path or a real job kind of thing. So
Boo.
so the question is, what do you think that art should be funded?
Yes, obviously. Really? Yeah.
And so what would you have to say to those people who just straight up sit there and say, "Oh, art shouldn't be funded. It's not a real job. It's just people drawing pictures all day." Like what would you say to those kind of
I
people?
like to see you try.
I mean, it's true like
Because
for
you're comparing it to, like, I don't know, a doctor, I guess, because you can just say, oh, a doctor is just someone judging symptoms and saying, oh, this is what you have.
mhm.
Like you're using the same logic of you're just doing this. Why does it make you better? And it's like, well, if you fucking do it yourself, you understand how hard it is.
Okay. I can I can understand that like cuz it's there's a lot of people who uh there's a lot of people who think that streamers for instance that it's not a real job, they're just playing video games all day when it
I mean,
takes
yeah, it's taking a lot of their time and
mhm.
energy
Like just because they're
to
sitting
just try
down
and.
at a desk doesn't mean that they're not working. Like it can be physically demanding to just simply sit at a desk. Like
Like
and
the thought of playing a game for work, it sounds fun, but it's not fun.
mhm.
Trying to entertain an audience is not fun.
Exactly. Uh, and speaking of entertaining an audience, since this is the real like the first time that many of us will have heard you speak, like what's something that you would say to your audience, and or I guess what is it? I guess friends about the stuff that you do, or I guess better question is what do you say to all the controversial like hate spreading people? Cause like I don't know if you've gotten much flack for what you draw.
I don't, not really, no.
Not really.
Almost
Okay.
everyone, every comment I get is pretty nice. They're like, oh, your art's wholesome. It's very nice. It makes me feel things. It's very nice.
Okay. And
If you
so
if you look into my Curious Cat, it's like
oh, there
awfully nice. Like
it's nice
it's
yet
pretty.
thirsty. I will admit that. The people on
There's a
your
bit of
curious
thirst.
cat
There's
is
a bit of
very
thirst.
thirsty.
There's a bit of thirst, but I found out that it's just from one person. So like,
Oh,
The
really?
the ratio cancel each. Yeah, I think so.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't judge here.
And okay, so you don't get much flack right now, and that's great. And I hope that that keeps going to where you don't get much flack for what you draw because what you draw is like it's amazing. It's amazing quality. Like I love everything that you draw.
I don't
S
think so.
well, I think so.
Yeah, that's what everyone says.
So
It's like a ow.
it's like what?
It's like a you know how when you do something
Mhm.
and you know the effort and how you actually what you do, like the whole waiting around and sitting around thinking, and then the actual doing it, and you're like, well, it's not like I did much on it. But
Mhm.
when someone else looks at it, they look at the surface and they're like, whoa, holy shit, what did you do? It's like, uh, this, I guess. It's like, oh wow, it's very good. It's like, oh, I guess it's good because you don't understand the impact of your work until someone says it to you.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Dude, my dog's so fucking horny.
So what would you want to say to people cuz there's I hope it never happens, but if let's just say that for argument's sake it did. What would you want to say to the people that would come onto your that might come onto your art and just like give you flack, negative comments, everything like that? What would you want to say to them?
Uh, thanks, thank you.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's nice. It's a nice feeling because when you get too much positivity,
Mhm.
you start to overthink
I can
because
act
you
I can actually completely understand
because
that.
you're thinking like, oh, everyone's too nice. Something's up.
So is it kind of like
So
it could be a
so
reverse psychology kind of thing?
yeah, it reassures me. It's like, oh, thank God. Okay, someone hates me. That means there is an issue with me. That means I'm a normal person.
So it's kind of like that saying like too much sugar is bad for anyone.
Yeah, it's like you need a flaw. You need a flaw to feel. Uh, I need a flaw to feel fulfilled.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, because
I get that. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I mean, I got to admit like some people will straight up just tell people like, "Oh, no, don't even tell me that I'm
Oh yeah,
bad or anything like that." And
yeah.
I
Everyone's different.
yeah, everyone's different, of course, but I do
You have
completely
their
get like I completely get why you would say that about how in order to truly like in order to truly like be productive, that kind not be productive, but like be self-assured, a little negativity goes a long way,
yeah.
like that
It's
kind of
like
thing.
yeah, it grounds you to the ground. You have a lot of lift and some negativity. It puts you to the ground again.
Okay. All right. Uh let's see. I think we have time for one more question, and then I think we can call it there.
Oh wow, one
Uh,
question.
let's see. I already asked about the advice thing.
Yeah.
So, what wouldn't you do without? Like, as in, like, what's something that you just couldn't do without?
Uh, uh, my friends, I suppose.
Your friends?
Yeah, because your friends is your main source of ideas or how you feel. Like it's just if you have a doubt, like you're just not sure,
Mm-hmm.
you ask a friend. And if you're feeling down, you ask a friend. If something bad happens, you ask a friend. If you do something bad, you ask a friend, and the friend will point out the bad things, and it will help you. It will help you a lot.
And what would you want to say to those people who are having a tough time making friends?
Uh, you'd be surprised how they don't care how weird you are. And if they do care about how weird you are, that's weird to them. No, that's weird of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, a little bit of weird is fun.
Oh, definitely. If everything was normal or everything like that, if it was
I
normal, it'd
probably
be
kill myself.
boring. If
Can you
everything was
imagine like
normal.
this is if the entire history is just a Steve?
A Steve.
Can you imagine? It's just a little office worker Steve.
That would get pretty dull. Like all work and no
Yeah.
play makes Jack a dull boy.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions I have today. So yeah, I think that's all. So with that being said, Keiko, again, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. It was it's honestly great having you on, and like thanks for letting my show be like one of the sources to be the first time we've ever get to hear what you sound like. Like
I mean, I did ask you.
I mean
I did
technically
ask to be here.
technically you told so the way that it happened was she was saying that hey I can't wait for the day when I'm big enough to be on the show. And I said I'd be more than happy to have you on the show. That's one thing I want to put out there for all of you. If you are an aspiring NSFW artist and you want to get your voice out there, please contact me. I have no problem having you on the show. It doesn't matter your follower count. It doesn't matter how big you are. It matters that you're an artist wanting to get your name out there, and I'm more than happy and more than willing to help you get there. So, with that being said,
Wow, that sounds pretty good, Tony.
yeah, yeah, it does.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Did you think of that like immediately?
Yes.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Surprised.
I mean, no, it seems like something you would need to think about for a long time, like a very well thought out thing.
oh, no, no. If it sounds like that, it's coming from my heart because
Oh, your heart.
I truly am passionate about I'm passionate about all of you out there, about your art, about your success. I want you guys to have as much success as possible. And even though I'm not that big of a content creator, maybe one day I will be, but I want to help get your voices out there, and this is a way to do it. But with that being said, yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode of Naughty Lines. Be sure to check out Keiko and her Twitter and Curious Cat. The links will be in the description below. My name is Tony Boy, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace out.